Somebody call 911. This is why I love the heavyweights, man. All it takes is one shot and you be laying flat on your back, knocked out. David Price, I think, needs to give it up. And I know I'm not acting like a fickle fan here because he lost. I think he should, give it up. I know a lot of fans today do that, but I think he needs to give it up, man. Good fight from Erkan Teper. Man, heavy hands, man. Heavy hands. Price. Now, let me just do a little history with Price, man. He's a big guy, 6'8", 250. We know he fought in Beijing 2008, got the bronze medal. His losses to Tony Thompson were kind of embarrassing losses, although Thompson is a guy I did a video about a couple days ago, how I think the American guys are kind of shaky facing Thompson, because it's weird that he has to go overseas and get all these fights against these guys overseas and nobody here in America really wants to fight him. But David Price was set to win that fight. That first fight with Thompson, Thompson came in at 262. His fight before that was the rematch with Vladimir. He weighed 244. So he came into the Price fight damn near 20 pounds overweight. Flabby around the midsection. Price couldn't take advantage. Get stopped in the second round. We got knocked down, got up, wobbling everywhere. So then they say, fuck it. Let's run it again. Let's do the rematch. The next fight, the very next fight. Thompson comes in at the second heaviest weight of his career, 259. Still not in really good shape. And what happens? He stops Price again. In the fifth round, this time on his feet. So that right there just lets you know, we know Tony Thompson is crafty. We know Tony Thompson has been in there with Klitschko twice. We know that. We know that he's beaten some quality guys, contenders. But the heaviest weight of his career, and you still couldn't do anything 2 times in a row. And I know that Thompson has weighed even higher than he has in the Price fight. But up until the point he fought Price those 2 times, those were the heaviest weights of his career, and Price couldn't do shit but get knocked out. Now, to the fight, what happened today? If this was amateur and only went, 3 or 4 rounds, maybe, he had headgear on, maybe Price could have wanted a 3-round, 4-round decision in the amateurs. Now I see why he was an Olympian, because he can use that reach, use his jab when he wants to, and he can build up points like that in the amateur system. In the pros, he doesn't have the chin. He doesn't hit hard enough. He doesn't hit hard enough, man. This is third loss, third one by KO, and all his losses were to guys that just didn't respect his power. Thompson, Teper, they just walked right to him. And when I was watching this fight, I was sitting there thinking like, damn, man, is Price going to unload on him and land some punches? Then I thought, oh yeah, he doesn't punch hard. And Erkan Teper, he doesn't have this sophisticated style, man. He has the regular high guard. He likes to walk you down with 1-2s, a straight jab, straight right hand. And when he gets close, hooks and uppercuts. Straight up and down like that. There's nothing special about what he does, but he's a big guy. And that style is what most guys, the style they use today, a Joseph Parker, a Deontay Wilder to some extent. But I see Wilder has, he'll counter you a little bit and use his jab. He's learning how to do it. I see Breland's working with him on how to use his jab. Because he did it against Stavern. But anyways, to this fight though, Teper, man, he just walked this kid down, this big German dude. Teper is 6'5", 250 pounds. He walked Price down, man. I saw no uppercuts from Price. When Teper was coming in, he had his head down and he wanted to get close to land hooks and uppercuts. Price didn't throw no uppercuts to counter Teper. In the first round, he got his head snapped back pretty hard from a jab by Teper. He was willing to go to the ropes, no power. He was going straight back in the line. He didn't circle. He didn't circle off hooks or circle off his jab. He just looked plain. David Price looked like he hasn't learned anything from the Thompson fights. And we know that Price has beaten, the 2012 version of Ollie Harrison. He's beat the Raphael Butlers of the world and the Max Skeltons and the John McDermotts, but that's as far as it goes with him. At the world class level, when it comes to fighting another contender or somebody that's on the same level that you are, he's going to get knocked the fuck out. His stamina still looks shaky, but he looks in shape. But I think he's so used to that amateur fighting style, he never really translated to the pros. Some of you may disagree, but I'm talking about high level. I'm not talking about fighting the 2012 version of Ollie Harrison. Teper's a German. You know, they were saying something about if Vladimir beats Fury, you know, that'd be a big fight in Germany. And that's cool. I would want to see Teper in there with somebody else, because I don't think just beating David Price just get you a title shot, you know. And we know that Teper has beaten the, you know, Robert Hawkins of the world. I actually saw the fight when he sparked Michael Sprott. And who was the other kid that he sparked? What's that dude's name? Martin Rogan. I watched that fight too. He sparked him. I want to see Teper in there with somebody like a Amir Mansour, Artur Spilka, Chagayev. I know Chagayev. I see Freza Kendall weasel his way back into a shot at that secondary title that Chagayev has. I'm getting tired of the old regime. There's a few guys that can still stick around, like a Tony Thompson, older guy like that. But Freza Kendall, those guys need to get in there against some of these young cats, the Joshuas, I didn't even say young cats, but just the guys that are coming up, because Lucas Brown isn't a young cat. Teper isn't a young cat, but just I want to see these guys start to step up and get their shots. Just like I was bringing up the Dominic Brazils and the Charles Martins of the world. I want to see Teper in there with some of those guys, but he's a big come forward guy, man. I don't want to see him in there with the Joey Abels and Brian Mentos and the Jason Gavrons and the Travis Walkers. I don't want to see that no more. He's proven that he can dominate those guys. Now it's time. Then he's proven he can beat a guy like Price. And Price came into this fight with some confidence. He had won 4 fights after the 2 losses to Thompson, building his confidence back up. He had some stoppages in those 4 fights. He went the distance in one of the fights. So he built his confidence back up for it to get shattered again. I think it's it for David Price, man. Some of UK dudes might, you know, oh, I'm hating. I'm not hating, man. This dude chin is very weak. His stamina is iffy. And now I think his confidence is really gone. Now, if he wants to make some money and, like I said, fight the Raphael Butlers of the world, then fine, you can do that. But the world class level, I think this is over. This fight was for a vacant European title. Really doesn't mean much in the broad scheme of things. But Price, you know, his hands were down when he got knocked out. I think he got done throwing as Teper was throwing the left hook. He knocked Price out cold, man. They were, you know, had to check on him. He was flat on his back. Only thing he was missing was a blankie and a pillow because he was knocked out. But Teper, man, I want to see more of him. Big guy, big 6'5", 250 pound guy. Like I said, pretty much high guard, likes to walk you down with the 1-2. He's the type of guy that's willing to take some shots to deliver some shots. That could be a gift and a curse sometimes, man, because you get in there with guys that can really bang, because Price really can't bang like that. He can't, not at that level. He can't really hurt nobody. Teper was there to get hit. And once he figured, oh, you really got no power, just walked him down with 1-2s. And when they got close, hooks and uppercuts. Heavyweight boxing, I love it, man. All it takes is one shot. That's all it takes. But it's funny because in this new era, I'm seeing a lot of the big guys fight with this high guard 1-2 style. So, you know, I'm looking to see who's going to separate themselves from using that style. I'm not saying all the guys do it, because the guys like, you know, Charles Martin doesn't do it. We know Fury can switch it up a little bit sometimes, but Teper, Joshua, Brazil, there's a few guys that fight with that high guard 1-2 type of style, walk you down, try to get you out of there. This is why I love the heavyweights, man. This is why I love it. I'm out.